What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're going to take a look at Nazgul from Asmus. This is like the 2.0. And big shout out to our friends at Asmus and Tracy for providing this figure for a review. But if you want to order this figure, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below, or you can buy it from Asmus themselves directly. Let's start off. You saw the box. Let's take a look at the accessories. Now, let me say something. I've been collecting Asmus since 2015, and this box is awesome. As you can see here, it's different from the shoebox type that they have. It has a magnet on the side, and this beautiful picture of Nazgul here, they kind of revamp at least their presentation in this Nazgul. The stand is different, the way they present things. Man, they're on a roll. I said this even before the Gandalf the Grey. If you know, I was surprised with that figure. Gandalf the White. That's one thing that I want to see. You get Seal from Asmus here. Even Legolas. But those are, you know, like a year, maybe more than a year ago. I can expect. I'm expecting, you know, something similar down the line, because this feels great, as a matter of fact. And you see the hands. And the moment you lift up the figure, because this has a lot of die cast in it, it feels hefty. You feel, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like lifting a die cast Iron Man or so. And my biggest fear back then was the body, because I had the previous Nazgul and it felt kind of weak. The body, they can't, and it doesn't even have a die cast armor. But this one, I can rest assure you, the body is amazing on this one. And look at the stand. What an update. I'm liking this new stand compared to the older ones that they have, which is the flat one. Now let's take a look at the accessories. He comes with a lot, as a matter of fact. Like the hands are, I believe there's alloy in these hands as well, and they're highly detailed, as you can see here. The armor that they used, just be careful because they're kind of spiky, so it could poke your hand when you're inserting this hand. But you can see here, there's a lot of details in this hand. I just wish that they included one kind of grasping hand. That's one thing that I wish they included. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what's in here. And now they did give you two types of sword. So I believe this is the long sword. The other one is, I believe, the Witch King sword. But they are there. So if you are gonna army build this, which you could alternate it, because I know there's only like one Witch King, but this, it has a different texture as well, and they're all die cast, by the way. And I believe this is the Witch King sword. And look at the sheath right here. There's a lot of details in here, and this is not the first time they've done this. I've been collecting Asmus, and to be fair, almost most of their swords are die cast. It's pretty amazing. Once you hold it in hand, you give that heft in them, and he has a dagger as well. The problem with die cast is they're heavy, and you're concerned about the body. Let me preface right now, you don't have to be concerned, because I think they teamed up with ACI with something like that, with a body for this one, and it is amazing. Now, outfit, there's different textures in this guy. And you know what? I've seen some prototype pictures, not pictures from collectors as well. Initially I was just like, all right, I'm not liking the way it drapes, but if you futz it around, you could get some awesome shots. I mean, go to my Instagram page if you want to, and now I got the belt here, so you can I think I'm missing the two loops on the belt. That's why I kind of like just pushed the thing inside. Now the armor itself, that is one thing to note, because they are awesome. They're die cast, and you see there's little printouts on. There's like 3 types of layers in his clothing, and you can mix and match it, however you want to. You can kind of have it draping down, but they kind of put a slit on the side to, I believe, to showcase this beautiful die cast, because it's just unfortunate not to show them, because I'm sure they put a lot of effort into this. But they look at that. It has some weathering on it, and again, it is cold. You feel it. You can, when you bang it around. The bottom part, I wish it would have been a little bit more frayed, kind of like, because you see some of the edges in here are just torn. one layer, because there's like 3 layers of fabric here. This is kind of like the stiff one, running down from his hood or whatever you want to call that. And then that's kind of like the stiff one. You got the free flowing one inside with a tunic with like the details on it. It's different, man. I mean, I love it. And you can soak it in water, give it a water treatment. I don't think I will, because I'm pretty happy with how it flows. You see those excess fabric as well. I mean, those I could cut them down. And the bottom part of this, like, you know, if they're frayed a little bit, I think they would look nicer, because at the bottom you can see that is nicely done as well. So, but the texture, the different texture that they do have, and this one I just want to show this as well. On his feet, those are die cast as well. That is attention to detail right there, because half the time no one would see this. They're hidden, but you do know. So once you hold the figure, you feel that weight, and you feel like you have something premium on your hand because of the weight. Now the head sculpt, or the lack thereof, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it looks like Nazgul. That's just how they look. So it's hollow. There's nothing in there. So you could kind of like poke your finger inside and, you know, it's there. But it flows nicely. It is kind of glued on to that, I don't know, special head sculpt that they do have. I like the choice of fabric that they use. It's kind of thick. It does have that kind of grainy texture to it. So again, it is that one's kind of stiff, and it doesn't have wires, but it's movable in a sense, and I do like how they and then it goes all the way down and it kind of tucks in. So, but this is one fabric right here. You see that from their head, or maybe it's 2, but I feel like it's one, all the way down to kind of him having a poncho of some sort, kind of drapes in front of him. So hey, Nazgul right there. So how many Nazguls are there? Like 7 or 9, something like that. They look awesome. I mean, the price is pretty fair as well. So articulation here, there's a lot of layers of fabric, like I said, and you see this. And again, the elbows, initially I was just like, why is there like but there's a split in there to showcase that. So you can kind of hide it if you want to do the traditional Nazgul look. But if you want him, you know, kind of showcasing his armor, you could kind of do that as well, because there's a slit in here and different armor, so you could do a nice bend on the elbow. This is mostly for his biceps. Articulation it's there. There's no worries in here. Again, the body that they used is amazing. So even though it is hefty, this alloy that they have, man, this is nice. And again, on the feet, they engineer this properly so you can still get those range. Look at that. You can have it kick all the way all the way up there. The knee section does bend. So if you do have, hopefully they come out with a steed that you can put this on, or if you can just buy like a horse, like a 1/6 horse, that would work too. But yeah, you can have him riding on the horse. Those alloy legs is not going to prevent you from doing that. Now let's put some poses here. I just look at that. Like you can even arrange his, like, the fabric around it like it's free flowing, you know. Some people does do the water treatment, so it kind of just flows nicely. But again, there's different layers in here that I don't kind of want to mess it up. You know, in my opinion, if you futz it around, and maybe you can water treat the edges. So like here, look, I kind of hid the metal part, but there is a slit on his arm, so in the back it would still kind of show. Hopefully, I wish they would have given us 2, I would say, sleeves to make that option, but they didn't. But you could still pull off this look, as you can see here, especially for photography where it's not rotating what you can see in here right now. But isn't that a badass look? That is just badass right there, man. Love Lord of the Rings, love this figure. Now I'm gonna use my Aragorn here. Let's say they're battling on top. That's Weathertop. They're behind it, but you get the idea. It is awesome, man. Like, he's a good complementary pieces if you do have other Lord of the Rings Asmus figure, or, you know, because he's a pretty iconic bad guy in the realm of Lord of the Rings. So I think he's a must-have for me. I bought the one with Steed for like I don't know, like $400 back in the day. And for this to be 200 and fix all the issues of the first one, mainly the bodies, is amazing. So final thoughts on this guy. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, I mean, this is an iconic piece of character in here. And I think it's a must-have. I mean, can you buy more? Sure. I mean, if you know where to look, this guy, you can probably get some deals on it. You could do 2, 3. This is one guy that you could build around more. It's awesome. I'm telling you, it's gonna complement some of your Lord of the Rings figure. I had some pictures already on my Instagram with him with Frodo. I can't wait. I can't wait for the other ones. I wanted to see Gollum. They have already Gollum out, and I thought it was pretty good, especially for the price that they're asking for. It's like $125, $200 for both, and then Gandalf the White. So they're on a roll here where they got something good going. I hope they continue with the bad guys, to be quite honest with you, because I do want to see Lurtz. You know, he's been made by Prime 1 as a statue, but I'm more of a 1/6 guy. I want to see Lurtz, Azog, or Azog. I do want to see those two, and maybe just regular grunts, you know, a regular orc out there. Give us orc and Urukai, and man, I'll be one happy camper, because I know, I don't know, man. I've been watching Lord of the Rings lately, and I've been really inspired. Again, like, it takes me back. But as far as this figure, it's amazing. I like it. It fills all the need. It's very poseable. Nice complementary piece to your Lord of the Rings collection. But thank you for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you feel about this figure. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.